How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion.
Whew.
Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough.
Man, that's...
For a while.
This is wearing me out.
She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's quite true, Jill.
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Yeah, things do indeed fall apart. The power of light. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Bahamut's essence. Attuning with Bahamut not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities, such as Impulse, which creates multiple spheres of light that pursue a target, dealing it continuous damage. Excuse me. Wings of Light begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer your spell is charged, the more powerful the result. Press circle to cast the spell when ready. Taking damage will do and the spell will cancel it. Okay, so this is kind of more of a... Be sure you have the time, I guess. So hold on, so I'm just watching it charge over on the side there. So can you charge up like more than one Mega Flare?
Taya won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
Let's talk with you, Jill.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Man, too true. I'm gonna read a letter. Yeah. Chris Breaker Intelligence. Reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of Storm's final mother crystal. For now the realm endures, but with each new flood do her few remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is as ever, dire. Fresh wings shall find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, our watch continues. May the crystal's curse be broken. Quite the mess. Word out of Twinside is that there's little left of the capital after the Mad Prince's royal tantrum. What of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? That's such a British thing to say too, like tits up. I trust you did, but a Stolas might be good to set El's mind at ease. I bet you El would indeed like that. And I would indeed like to set El's mind at ease. Ask about the skies. Yeah, let's do that. Won't help me get my work done. So I'm going to keep to my forge and leave saving the world to those better suited to the task. They fancy giving me a hand, so shooing the birds. What? You can do that with a chocobo?
What's that for you, dear?
Bright burn. I mean, that only gives me like 2 extra. Lingered there no warmth nor smoke, but in his light did burn both flesh and bone. I mean, I'll use it.
It'd last you a good while. Anything else?
I don't even know, man. I don't know what to do after that. I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say we're the end of the world.
All realms in chaos.
I've had orders cancelled on me left and right, and that's from the few associates I haven't lost contact
As the
with.
old saying goes.
There's opportunity in adversity. The market for sharp steel is more bullish than ever. I'll find a way to keep this place fed and watered. Don't you worry. I won't let our little family go hungry. Whatever the weather is. Or whatever the weather.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Got some wire. So I could buy those. Like, realistically, I probably should buy these. Even if I bought all three, like... I tell you what, I'll buy
You'll not
these.
find a better price than that. It'd
Why not?
better I'll be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
It seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Okay, so what do we have? So Twilight is that one. So we have Night Terrors. You just barely make it out. It's very... very light. Pretty creepy, though. That one's also good. That's also good. Yeah, and this one. No, that's a good one. I do like Lovely, Dark, and Deep. That's a good one. That's a good one, too. Which ones were the ones I bought? What were the ones I purchased? Were those ones that I listened to?
Ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay.
Is that all?
Oh, boy. I don't know, just so much has happened. I don't know, it's like I don't know how to properly feel anymore. So let's go and read some lore, shall we? Man.
Is a storm coming soon?
Yes. Yes, there will also be thunder.
Good morrow to you, my friend.
You probably need this after that. Thank you, Bass. I will take that. Man. Yeah, it's really interesting how much a piece of media can actually drain you, right? Like, it's not even like I'm like exhausted, like tired, but like mentally you can definitely feel it. Like with everything that this game is throwing at you, it's like I'm starting to feel mentally drained. I might end it at around like sooner than actually expected. I was gonna go for like another hour after this. I might call it a bit sooner. We'll see. We'll wander around and we'll have a little peek at what we have around here. But man, I don't know. I want to keep going though. I want to see where it goes. I want to keep going. I think I'm gonna keep going.
With the darkening skies,
Fear has once again taken hold of our hearts. And though I have not the power to dispel the gloom above, I should like to believe my tale has helped to lighten it below.
but be that as it may,
Turning our eyes from the problem which face us will not help to solve the problem. Not help to solve them. A mere tale cannot lighten the burden of those who must bear the weight of the world. Ugh. Sorry, I'm just doing a proper posture check. I'm just leaning back. Proper posture check right there. Ah, yeah. Yeah, let's view these
I
tomes.
don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Now we got quite a bit of
Wish to
it.
study the tomes?
I do wish to study the tomes. The Warden of Fire, whose strength resides within Joshua Rossfield. 18 years after the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate and Joshua's presumed demise, the Phoenix spread its wings once more in the skies above the crystalline Dominion. wings in which reside the flames of rebirth. That Ifrit risen. The two icons of fire united as one. Clive and Joshua manifested this being in the skies above the crystalline dominion after entreating their icons to grant them the power they needed to quell a raging Bahamut. It was the body of Ifrit, the wings of the phoenix, and a might that far exceeds either icon alone. And Bahamut probably was going to talk about how crazy he went. The Warden of Light, whose power dwells within the Dion Lesage, Prince of Sanbrek. A tribe known as the Motes of Light once dwelled in the northeast reaches of Storm, where the great city of Oriflamme now stands, among which the dominant of Bahamut would always emerge. In modern times, dominants are often born among the Sanbrequois nobility, most likely because the tribe's bloodline still runs strong in their ranks. Dragons. Majested winged beasts that are commonly considered to be some of Valestria's most ancient creatures, albeit rarely sighted in modern times. There are countless myths and legends regarding dragons, one of the most prominent being the Valestia itself was formed when a mighty drake fell from the sky. According to the Gregorian faith, dragons were created by the goddess herself to serve as holy sentinels over her earthly I don't know how you pronounce that. Demisne? I know it's like I know it's a proper term. I've just never known how to actually pronounce that. You know what? Let me do a Google here. How do you pronounce that? Because I've actually always kind of wondered. Once I can actually type pronounce. It's where is it? Demesne. Demesne. Okay, well, this one has the parentheses correctly. Okay, so how do you do it? According to this guy, how do you pronounce it? Oh, come on now. Well, I don't want to hear you talk. I just want to hear you pronounce it. Oh, it's Domain. Apparently. Really? Yeah, what was this other guy?
Domain or demean.
Domain or demean, huh? Alright, well, there you go then. It's one of those two, domain or demean. I've never known how to pronounce that. I've played enough Crusader Kings to know I should know how to pronounce that, but I never actually did learn. Just no word for domain. I remember I looked that up during the first stream, but I didn't check the pronunciation. I mean, fair. Yeah, I didn't actually know what it meant either. I knew it was a thing from like old medieval times, mostly. I didn't know it was an old word for domain, though. That's cool. So demean, and as such have long been employed by the Holy Empire of Sanbrek in various martial roles within and without the Imperial Legion. The Crystal Flower. When Drake's tail came under attack by a maddened Bahamut, the heart of the Mother Crystal responded by delving into its attacker's innermost thoughts and summoning into creation that which most plagued his tortured soul. The wyvern tail that represented the trust Prince Dion's father placed in him, and his duty to the realm. So it read his thoughts. Huh. A spell cast by Ultima that casts a rolling pall over all Valestia. Roiling pall. The bastards. Nice. Wait a minute. No, that's not new. This isn't new. I was gonna say, it's not new, is it? Yeah, no, it isn't. Is it? I don't know. I thought I saw it there, but maybe I'm thinking of the Holy Knight's Dragoon, like, beside it. I don't think that one's new, because I don't think the bastards have been relevant. Elite troops of the Holy Empire of Sanbrek, led by Prince Dion Lesage. Drawn largely from the nobility of the realm, their status as Knights of the Sacred Dragon affords them still higher standing in the eyes of the people. In the Battle of the Borderlands Night 73, as in so many conflicts down the years, they proudly led the charge as the Empire entered the fray. However, Prince Dion's opposition to the machinations of the Holy Empress Annabella spurred the Dragoons to rise up against their Emperor in an insurgency, which saw them fall suddenly and decisively from grace. Let's have a little peek here. We have almost all of these too. Yeah. A once independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash, with the incursion of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque in the year 873, its independence was reduced to little more than a pretense. But things changed once again in 878, when Prince Dion Lesage and his dragoons instigated a bloody coup. As imperial institutions fell into disarray, so did the situation in the Dominion and beyond. After 5 years... Well, okay, there's a period there. Sorry, I'm reading that a bit too fast. After 5 years, Sanbrequois dominance in the region ended as quickly as it had begun. A mother crystal that was located in the Crystalline Dominion. It is one of only 5 remaining in Valestia and the largest of its kind. It was lost in the chaos that followed the rebellion spearheaded by Prince Dion Lesage and his Knights Dragoon, but not before undergoing a fantastical transformation, heretofore unwitnessed in the entirety of Valestian history. A literal blossoming of the crystal, its shards peeling away like petals of a snow daisy to reveal the sacred heart within. In 878, an insurgency by Sanbrequois' Knights Dragoon, led by Prince Dion Lesage, resulted in the destruction of much of the Crystalline Dominion's capital, and the Mother Crystal Drake's tail along with it. After the prince lost control of his icon, Bahamut, one curious thing to note is that many who survived the Night of Chaos claim they witnessed the crystal bloom like a flower before its demise. I missed one somewhere. Okay, scan the whole screen. Scan the whole screen. Scanning. Here we go. Rise of the Worm. That's a good name for a rebellion, actually. A rebellion of the Holy Order of the Knights Dragoon that took place in the Crystalline Dominion. It was provoked by Emperor Sylvester Lesage's decision to overlook his eldest son, Dion, and make his second son born, Olivier, child of the Empress Annabella, crowned prince in his place. Seeing this as yet another victory for Annabella in her long campaign to subvert Sanbrequois politics for her own ends, Prince Dion ordered the Dragoons into action. But having lost control of his icon, he inadvertently laid waste to the city he had tried to save. Dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne, though he and Clive trod their separate paths for many years, the brothers were finally united amid the ruins of the Crystalline Dominion. And Dion, Prince of the Holy Emperor of Sanbreque and the dominant of Bahamut, Dion led his dragoons in revolt against the perceived treason of Empress Annabella and her son Olivier, but was instead goaded into slaying his own father and driven into madness, transforming into Bahamut and laying waste to much of the Dominion. Apprenticed to Chiron and ally of the Hideaway, he aided Clive and Jill in gaining entry to the besieged Crystalline Dominion by having them pose as sellswords hired to protect an honest merchant visiting Twinside to trade in smithing paraphernalia. Somehow surviving the chaos that was to follow, he was scooped up from the ruined city by Joshua, that's good, who transformed into the Phoenix to effect his allies' escape. That's good. I was wondering what kind of happened to Goots. King of Willowed and dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness. Though his nation's isolation in Ash allows Barnabas to remain aloof from the affairs of Storm, and he has oft elected to do precisely that, his movements of late would suggest that he has ambitions on the Western continent. Wrong one. So there's at least one more. Hansa. I guess that's true. We never actually read about Hansa. An orphan boy of Bokled, strong-armed into pickpocketing travelers by the nefarious Cast Stones. After being released from their clutches, Eloise elected to employ him at the Crimson Caravans to keep him from returning to a life of crime. He pledges to become the first customer of Goots' Forge when the trader becomes a fully fledged blacksmith. What did happen to Annabella? Oh, she died. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Oh, she did die. Yeah, she killed herself. That's right. She slit her throat. I don't know why. That like slipped my mind. Probably because it's so horrific. Former Empress of the Holy Empire of San Brec. After the fall of Rosaria and the death of Archduke Elwyn, she remarried Princess Sylvester and bore him a son, Olivier. It was her dream that together with Sylvester she would found a new bloodline, one blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix. Alas, her dreams would be crushed in the wreckage of the Crystalline Dominion, when a maddened Dion slew Olivier, and she was to end her life before the disbelieving eyes of the sons she had betrayed. Emperor of the Holy Empire of San Brec, who plotted with Annabella Rasfield to slay Archduke Elwyn of Rosaria and unite their nations under the imperial banner. Together they bore a son, Olivier, to whom Sylvester was beguiled into forfeiting his throne, much to his first son's displeasure. Sylvester lost his life to Dion's spear when he leapt to Olivier's defense in the throne room of the twin-side capital. Dude, rip. Yeah, what happened to him? Did he die? It's implied. Son of Sylvester and Annabella Lesage, thanks in large part to... Oh, God. That was weird. That's a weird feeling in my throat. Thanks in large part to his mother's machinations, Olivier was appointed Emperor of the Holy Empire of San Brec, a fact that triggered his half-brother Prince Dion to launch a coup against him. It was Olivier's sinister goading that drove Dion to madness and led to his own demise. Pierced through the heart by Dion's spear. As the boy died, his body crumbled into dust, proof that he had become naught but another puppet of Ultima. So he was Ultima's puppet. Man. Barnabas's mother. The mother of King Barnabas of Willode, or at least an Ultima summoned illusion of her as his majesty remembers her in life. Oh wait, there's more? Wait, hold on. Oh, it's Ultima. Here we go. The otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valestia. He means to claim Clive as his vessel, Mythos, by purging his will. A will strengthened by the ties of consciousness that bind Clive with others. So we're Persona now, basically. He unleashes Primogenesis upon the world, shrouding it in darkness, and turning thousands of Keshik, that these ties of consciousness might at last be loosened. My God.
You are always welcome, Clive.
It's so crazy just how much is actually going on.
Is a storm coming soon?
Yes, I told you that already, child. Crow and Tet.
Seems the hideaways.
Okay, I feel like after all this, we need to order around for the hall. People need to be happy here.
Drink up, you lot. The next round's on Sid. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Okay, so we have a hunt to do. You have anything new to say? I probably should be talking to him more often to listen to his songs. Not like there's really much. Oh, wait. Man, it's pretty grim. So I like how Ultima's plan here too is also just to make the skies like crappy, so that you don't feel like the warmth of the sun and stuff, I guess. Ask about hunts. I, for one, am shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that certain members of their very own species have earned themselves a place in this rogue's gallery, Kupo. But evil is as evil does, and it is every hero's duty to vanquish it. No matter how close to home it might appear, Kupo. You have more to say about hunts? How goes the hunt, Kupo? As if these boggles weren't bad enough on their own. I hear that some of them like to invite friends to the party. But never fear, Kupo. I, Nectar the Bold, shall always be with you. In spirit. If you need more practical assistance, Kupo, then turn to Torgal. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have the 10 of clubs. Kind of makes sense since we had, who was it? The 9 of knives? Yeah. Merchants who ply their trade across the fields of Kurava tell of an outlaw 5 and 20 hands high and mighty of Thew who preys upon unescorted travelers. They claim he lives alone in one of the many abandoned villages that litter the region. But none has ever been brave nor foolish enough to narrow the search any further. If you who read this have either or both of those qualities, the Dalmatians beg your aid. The Magath brothers. A lone rowing boat has been sighted making land off the coast of Port Isolde. Its occupants wearing the garb and speaking the language of Iron Kingdom crusaders. One can only assume that they come to take their vengeance upon Sid the Outlaw for destroying that which they hold most dear. We advise against all travel to the area, lest they think to kill or capture our members in retaliation. An S rank. The ruin reawakened. Sandbraquois legend tells of a dread dragon who sat near half the realm of light with his torrid breath, before being sealed away behind a magical mist by Grigor herself. Some sources claim. Though it has been long forgotten since which parts of the tale are true and which are mere myth. Recent reports of a great dragon's roar reverberating around the woodland passes of the Empire are real enough. An unknown location, so that's one we need to actually find, I think. Is these ones we kind of know at least where they kind of are. I don't have it known yet.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? I don't mean to be gloomy.
But the whole world's gone to shit. Reports used to be about troop movements and chances to set bearers free. Now it's all aether floods, Akashic attacks, and plagues of bloody bandits. The curse breakers and all our other allies are doing what they can to keep their heads above water, but
Need all the help they can get.
They're counting on you, Clive. We all are. I don't think we have any outlet reports.
How may I help you today, Clive?
It's not true.
Is it, Clive? The world can't be ending, can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now I can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
When will it be enough? It will end, won't it, Clive? I think we definitely reached Act 3, like officially though.
What will it be today? How may I help you today?
The Grand Cast. So where do we stand in relation to the Grand Cast? Battle. Absorbs power. Saves. Bringer of Chaos punishes. Like it's like commands? Just everybody's dying. Just so many people are dying. What is the situation? Prince Theon's revolt. Ball of Drake's tail. Twin side, the Imperial Army. Holy Knight Dragoons. Men of the First. From the Dominican Republic. Man, yeah, it's okay. All right. Okay, so let's go on a hunt for some of these bounties. This might actually be what closes out the stream, is these and finding them. So what are we looking for then? So we're looking for someone in Vamir, Dalmekia, Quiet Sands, Rosaria, and somewhere in Sandbrick by a forest. Shit, I lost it already. So I know one of them is like in the forest. One of them's Quiet Sands, and the other is Vermeer. Yeah. Okay. Wrong button. Nope, wrong button again. There we go. So, oh, I gotta talk to Otto first. Okay, fine. We'll talk to Otto first.
What do you make of them skies then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine.
Not good,
As
I
long
guess.
as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
It would definitely feel like the end of the world, huh?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Doubtful.
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Okay, now am I able to leave? Nope, not yet. I just want to go do hunts.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe?
It just
Not
follows
that
me.
you are to
What can I
blame for
say?
The Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
Yeah, that was really unexpected.
Sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I feel like there's some cope there.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Fair, fair. All right, give me your report.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock.
I guess that's
And
true.
those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang.
I wonder if this is what Ultima wanted.
Beloved Republic to
Because everywhere we've gone, we've kind of caused a lot of chaos.
moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Yeah, maybe that is what they wanted, or what he wanted.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but
Because everywhere we've gone, every time we destroyed a crystal, we've caused the empires to fall.
Considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nation,
One of them quite literal.
It will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance.
That is
Should
true.
the King of Wulu deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Because, like, think about it, right? Like, we've destroyed the Iron Kingdom, basically. Rendered their whole thing really non-existent. Dalmekia, well, their whole government collapsed, basically, when Kupka died. Hold on. Let me look at a map. Let me look at the map. I mean, Rosaria is along with, like, Sandbrook, really, I guess. So you have, like, Sandbrook here as well, and Rosaria. Like, literally their whole royal family is gone, pretty much, right? So yeah, everything is just collapsing. Like, maybe this is what Ultima wanted. Because the world is kind of going into absolute chaos, and it's kind of our doing. Like, obviously, you can't just let, you know, branded slavery continue. That's not good, obviously, but, I mean, we plunged the world into absolute chaos. It's kind of our fault.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
I am indeed.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I.
I would like to know more about the Fallen.
And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
He has
it's possible.
exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
That is true. So we're taking on a god,
there
basically.
Is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time.
You gotta find one. We might have to find one.
I hope.
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others have to say.
I'm guessing I can't leave yet? Nah, still not letting me. Okay, probably gotta finish this whole line of quests. And then it'll probably let me. I just wanna go on those hunts, man. I wanna fight another S rank. Beat her on my first try. Probably not, but I'd like to think I could at least put up a good fight.
Clive, we have a problem.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Not
no,
again.
That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3.
Of course.
We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalamil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
All right, well, there you go. Now it should let me. Oh, I got quests. Apparently. Well, at least I assume that's what these are for. Okay, how many do we have?
Clive. Here you go.
Oh, so that's why we fight. Okay, no, these aren't side quests. These are just like main quests. Just again, let me teleport. That's nice of you, I suppose. But I have hunt boards to take care of. So let's see then. So one of them is in Varmir? Let's Valkyrie Desert. Should I go down that way, I wonder? I can't go through there, but I could possibly go through there now. Maybe not. The sickle, the jaw, the cattery. What is Vamir? That's not too bad. Okay, so we'll go here first. We'll take care of that. We'll try to save the S rank hunt for last, because I feel like that one's going to be the toughest.
Let's go. Faster.
Do 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 do. So it is over there. Yeah, this is looking really grim, eh? It's kind of what it looked like where I lived like a month ago. It looked kind of worse than this, actually. And as someone that has experienced this kind of weather, plus worse, I will admit, when you know it's from something, and in my case, it was a lot of wildfires, it does feel like the world is ending. Not gonna lie.
We're not alone.
It's okay, just don't fight. Just don't fight it. Chill. Just leave it be. So this here should be where the 10 of clubs lives. There he is. That's not a club, you silly boy. I think that could be considered an axe. Oh shoot! You know what? I just realized I don't. I haven't looked at any of my abilities for Bahamut. Yeah, we'll do that for the next fight. See, I only have like see one. But see, it's such a huge swath. So Wings of Light begin casting Mega Flare. Flare Breath, so just like fire, I guess. Light Aspected Flame. All spears of light. Upon striking the enemy, deal continuous damage. Binding it to the spot. I mean, that sounds good. I mean, it does sound good. Satellite. Summon multiple light aspected familiars that attack any enemy in which Clive uses magic. I mean, that seems okay. Giga Flare. Fires a massive beam of overcharged light that burns any enemy it hits. Okay, well, I'll get that one.
Only those who have nothing noble can hear. So empty your pockets.
Eh. I'd rather not. Okay, good. I was hoping I could dodge that. Ah, Jill, no. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I mean, that dodge worked though. Okay, so he does it twice when he does that. Oh. Oh. No, not today. Not today. Maybe a little today. You'll take a single potion from me. No potion more. Does it twice. Alright, and get down, lad. Now, this won't finish him, I don't think, but it will hurt him a lot. At least it should. Ah, Jill. Oh boy. Okay, you're making that a bit harder to dodge, I see. Okay, I forgot. He does it like 3 times. 4 times. High potion. Okay, fine. You got another potion out of me. Fine. Fine, I'll give that to you. Since that should be a single swing. Double swing. 1, 2. Aw. I might have mistimed it. Single swing, but parried. Get some into stagger formation. Well, into stagger range. Okay, I went to dodge that. That was my bad. Okay, you know what? He's actually doing a pretty good job at taking my potions. Okay, I'd rather not. Well, I'm gonna buy potions anyway. Fine. He can take some from me. Oh my god, I keep wanting to dodge both, but I either only dodge one or I dodge nothing. Oh my god. Okay, give me some health back, please. This might even stagger him. I think it will. Yeah, it will. Man, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. This fight should have been a lot easier. And boom. There we go. See, Bass Sackford says, I was gonna say that a cloudy day doesn't seem that bad, but yeah, if you do know there's a worrying underlying reason for it, that definitely changes things. Yeah, like I believe so.
It turned out, Law. We were more similar than he knew.
Like that is true. Like when we did have all the smoke from the fires around here relatively recently, admittedly, it did kind of feel like the end of the world. I'm not gonna lie. Like I knew I was safe. Like I live in a city. I live in the city, and I know there's no way they're gonna let like any big fire like in the rural areas like do harm to the city, right? Like that's just kind of the way of it, to be honest. But when you get to when you just kind of sit back and you realize like, yeah, actually there's a big fire out there, and it's what's causing all the smoke and everything. It's really weird. It's a really weird feeling.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him.
Yeah, like you see the you know, like the sky overhead, not a single blue piece in anywhere in sight. When you do see the sun, it's like a blazing orange.
There you go. Thanks very much. There you go.
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy.
That all